Before this video starts, I just want to inform you that this is a two-part story. Hope you enjoy. So last year in January, me and my friend Theo was offered a 10-day exchange student trip to Croatia. And listen up, when you get an offer like that, you're bound to be stoked. Okay, I'm lying. I just wanted to stay home but end up coming anyways because of fear of missing out. And anyways, I had a friend with me, so what could possibly go wrong? You don't even seem surprised. Um, well, anyways, if you have to know, then yes, something went wrong. Things went kinda smoothly. We only overslept and lost my plane ticket, so otherwise, we were good. Luckily, the ticket reappeared and we got safely to Croatia, so yeah, everything was actually good. When we finally arrived, we were assigned the dorms we were going to live in for the next 10 days. I shared room with Theo and some guy from Portugal. Later that same night, we got to know everyone a bit better with the typical bonding activities like name games and other things like that. After this, I even had a friendly conversation with a guy named Chicken. Or it was his pet name, anyways. I'm for real. That was like, we actually called him Chicken.
But BT, it seemed like you had a pretty good time.
And well, yes. Everything was just about fine until the fourth day. This is when I realized something. So the few days before the realization, it was pretty much just rinse and repeat with class activities and things like that. After school, I would usually just go back to my room so I could draw or just do something by myself, because that's what I preferred. On the fourth night, I was just sitting in my room, drawing by myself, while listening to the laughter of the other people in the rooms next to me. Then it finally hit me. We were like 4 days in, and I didn't actually know anyone else than Chicken and Theo. Theo knew almost everybody at this point, while I didn't even know the name of our roommates. It wasn't exactly like I never had the chance either. For whatever reason, it was just hard for me to socialize with the people there, and it felt like whenever I tried making friends with these people, I would just lose all confidence. I'm not sure of what I was thinking. Maybe it was my looks, my interest, or maybe just even my sense of humor. I really can't think of what was holding me back. I just never knew what to say. On the ninth and final night we were staying in Croatia, they threw us a farewell party. This was the night, I thought. I had the most brilliant game plan. What I was going to do was to latch on to Theo for the rest of the night in the hopes of that Theo's extrovert powers would bounce over to me and give me a boost. Now that I think back on it, I'm still kind of confused as to why I still tried at this point. It was the last night. Was it just an endless search for validation? Well, anyways, I tried staying as close to Theo as I possibly could, but ended up just dancing in the corner with some girl I'd barely talked to a few days earlier. We really just ended up bobbing back and forth for like 30 minutes until I finally just called it quits and gave up. Since I'd already accepted defeat at this point, I did what I'd done every night before going to bed. I went back to my room only to draw by myself. I didn't think that things could get any worse from here. But later that same night, Theo took with him some friends to our room, and if I remember correctly, they were just sitting there vibing and talking about stuff. Until I got asked a question.
Hey, I've been meaning to ask you something. Why don't you like us?
I froze up. It was so straightforward that I didn't know how to respond. And for a moment I was trying my best to come up with an answer, when Theo suddenly spoke up for me. He gave them an answer that really stuck with me, but it was the truth.
Come on, cut him some slack. He just doesn't have as much energy as you guys.
The next day, as I was sitting on the plane on my way home, I tried replaying everything that happened in my head to see if there was anything I could have done differently. I just sat there thinking and tried over and over again and tried finding something I should have done differently. And eventually I came up with a final answer. An answer I thought could change me as a person, for the better. Wait! The video isn't done yet. Before the video ends, I just want to give you guys some of the thoughts I have after making this video. So what happened to me on this exchange trip was obviously that I managed to blow things out of proportion in my head. You see, traveling to a different country and be expected to adapt can be kind of hard sometimes and overwhelming in some situations. But this doesn't mean you shouldn't try going on one yourself. You might end up learning a lot about yourself. So yeah, I absolutely recommend it if you ever get the chance. And also, I'm very sorry for not giving more details on how I forcefully changed my personality, as this video is called. uh, but all that will be covered in part 2, hopefully coming soon. So if you're interested in the rest of the story, then please consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell to let you know when it drops. And a big thanks to the Potato for giving me some voices for the video. Please go check him out, he's really talented at VA. Link in the description.